boy took a bite of the fruit in front of him and unexpectedly discovered it was a bird's rear end. The strawberry he saw wasn't a strawberry either, but a monkey. This family had been hungry for a month, so they immediately switched to all-you-can-eat mode. Watermelon-flavored butterflies, giant ice cream-flavored watermelons, and blueberries hanging on vines. Just then, Grug discovered a banana hanging on a tree. He grabbed the banana, and suddenly, an accident happened. The entire family was hung from the tree. At that moment, two strangely-looking people appeared and curiously hit them with sticks, but Grandma ate them one by one. After realizing this family weren't wild beasts, the masked man let them down. It turned out they were evolved civilized people and also the owners of this farm. The man was named Phil, and the woman was named Hope. The farm's facilities were very advanced. Not only could they eat fresh eggs every day, but even fierce mammoths were domesticated to till the land. They even had special animal cargo ships to transport goods. Most importantly, there was a treehouse like a palace where no one had to live in caves anymore. Everyone had their own individual room. Eep was full of curiosity and immediately climbed up, but Phil brought everyone to a small wooden cabin. With a gentle pull, the cabin lifted them to the treetop just like an elevator. The civilized couple had a beautiful daughter named Dawn. When Eep learned that Dawn was a girl, she was very happy. She hadn't seen a girl her own age in a long time. They quickly became good friends. The civilized couple were very hospitable. But when Grug wanted to eat a banana, Phil stopped him, saying that all food here could be eaten freely, except bananas. This made Grug very unhappy. Not only that, he also disliked all the civilized people's habits. Usually his family slept together, but now everyone slept alone in their own rooms. This made him very uncomfortable. The civilized couple also weren't accustomed to Grug's family's presence. They were wild and crude. If it weren't for Guy, they would have kicked Grug's family out long ago. To change the situation, they came up with a plan. Phil noticed that Guy and Eep had an unusual relationship, but to match Guy with his daughter Dawn, they made thorough preparations. First, they let Guy experience daily life here and feel the beauty of civilization. Then they let him spend time alone with Dawn to bring them closer. Next, they transformed Guy's image to make him look more like a civilized person. Until that night, Eep and Dawn played until late before coming home. Guy happened to run into them. Seeing that Dawn's hand had been stung into a paw, Guy started to blame Eep for not knowing her limits. Hearing these words, Eep was very angry. During dinner, the two families started exposing each other's flaws. Guy, caught in the middle, was in a difficult position. Eventually, he broke up with Eep, seeing his daughter so heartbroken. Grug was furious. He directly told Phil that he had eaten all the bananas. When Phil heard this, he almost collapsed. These bananas were matters of life and death for his entire family. Turned out these bananas were actually protection money, but he didn't even know who he was paying it to. As long as they delivered bananas every month, the farm would be safe. By coincidence, the monsters arrived at that exact moment, but the bananas were gone. Only banana peels remained. In the blink of an eye, a huge hole was smashed into the wall by the monsters. But what no one expected was that the monster was actually just an adorable monkey. Grug learned that Phil had been paying protection fees to a monkey all these years and laughed until he couldn't breathe. But the next second, he couldn't laugh anymore. Behind this little monkey, there was actually a massive army of monkeys following him.